Man, what they do, man. It's your boy TJ Too Smooth, Trader One. You can tell the background is a little bit different. Either way, welcome back to another video. And right now, you're wondering, right? You're asking, and that's why you're on this video. Are veneers worth it? That's kind of a loaded question because there's a number of factors that go into it. But before we get into that, we got to get into the intro. So cue my intro. Let's get it. Man, what they do.
I just be showing niggas love. I notice when they show it back. If I wanna get to the racks, I gotta put this on my back. Yeah, I gotta carry the pack. Yeah, I gotta lead the way. Yeah, I gotta go and get it like now. Yeah, I gotta seize the day. New whip with the wrist. Hey, that bitch big tits. Hey, I gotta go and get it right now, man. I gotta seize the day.
All right, so dental veneers, are they worth it? Now, there's actually different types of veneers, right? Like you got porcelain, and then you've got like a dental acrylic, and you also have like a composite veneer, right? Now, all in all, they all kind of give you the same result, but there's different processes for each one of these things. And if you just haven't been under a rock and you're on Instagram, you're on Twitter, you're on TikTok, then you're seeing like every celebrity or every it girl or all of these dudes, whether they're rappers or whatever, they get veneers. And the truth about it is it's not good for your teeth either way it goes. So the porcelain veneers is an overlay. It's a dental overlay, and I'm going to tell you why it's not good for your teeth. Reason number one, they file your teeth down to add on this veneer. So you got to look up what veneer is, like what that word even means. Like it's a cover, a sheet, a cap to go over something else, right? Some people might say like a lie is like a veneer for the truth, right? But they have to literally file down your actual teeth to either just a smaller version of it or a nub, like a little nub. I'm gonna put a picture on the screen here. Like a lot of people you see with these big, beautiful porcelain veneers, right? This is what their teeth look like under that. And you may even think like, well, why does it matter? I'm gonna cover it up. Well, there's something called tooth sensitivity, right? So if you just Google the reviews online, there are people who fly to Turkey, who fly to Colombia, and they come back with horror stories, man. They might have paid a fraction of the cost to get this work done, but at the end of the day, they can't drink coffee. They can't drink a ice cold drink. They can't enjoy ice cream. They can't eat half of the stuff that they used to eat and enjoy because it sends a shock through the nerve of their tooth. Now, why would that happen, right? Oh, I thought I put a cap over it. No, the cap, that porcelain cap, has glue inside of it, and you put that over this now filed down tooth. You took all the enamel off of your tooth. All the protection is now filed down. You just got a little nub with a nerve ending right there. So as soon as it feels any heat, it's going to send that shock straight to your brain. So not only is it painful to have these veneers, but it's simply unhealthy. In 10 years, this is the longest warranty you're going to find on Google for some veneers. 10 to 12 years. You're going to need a replacement set. And a lot of times people are getting their veneers done out of the country, because it's cheaper. But if you need a new set in 10 years, you're either going to have to fly out the country again or pay full price here in the Americas. And as a matter of fact, let's say it's before the 10-year mark and you're having trouble with the veneers and maybe one of them cracks. Like I saw, shout out to the real Tarzan. He got his done with composite in Colombia. Now, it's a crazy story, right? A chimpanzee that he's working with literally punched him in the face and cracked one of his veneers, and you see his regular tooth under it. Now, with the situation like his, I don't know how much sensitivity he's having or whatever, but you could tell, like, if you just look it up, that there was a lot, like they put a lot of composite over that tooth. It's like the teeth are big, right? And then it's cool to have big teeth or whatever, but you can just tell like they really molded that to try to make it look a certain way. But the point of that story is when a chimpanzee knocks your veneer off and you can't fly back to Colombia immediately to get it fixed, you got to pay a doctor here in the States to get that done, and it's gonna cost more just regardless. I mean, why'd you fly out in the first place to get it done? Because it was cheaper. Now let's think past 10 years, y'all. Like, just walk with me for a second. Think past 10 years, right? You know, you're 20, you're 30, right? You get veneers. Let's say by the time you're 60 years old, the front veneers are still intact, but the ones that get the most work, the ones that you chew with, behind your back 8, those start falling out. Now, what's your next step? Maybe you don't even know. Maybe you didn't think about this, but dental implants is the next step. We've heard, you know, Young Thug rap about this. You know, I went implants, I done took out the veneers. You know, that could be because his teeth were deteriorating and he decided to go for the implants because they were already falling out. Or he just like, you know what, it's a more permanent option, let me just go for that instead, you know. But either way it goes, when your teeth start falling out because you've filed them down to nothing but a nerve, the next step is you have to drill metal into your jaw and then put another cap on top of that, and then that's going to be your tooth, right? Like, shout out to Mr. Organic, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a huge fan. But he even talks about that. He tells you in his videos, he said, take care of your teeth, people. Because when he got his veneers, they had to pull and do oral surgery so he could have a complete rack of teeth. So it's not a joke, y'all. It's not a game when it comes to your teeth. Like I told y'all before, your teeth are important. And you should invest in your actual teeth, not just the aesthetic of it, but invest in the health of your mouth at the end of the day, because you only get one set of teeth, and then after those are gone, you got to buy more. I don't think veneers are worth it unless you are old or you're in dire need of that type of service. Because this is gonna be like my side note, right? My little side note, bro. If your teeth have lost the integrity early, there are people who maybe just have poor hygiene as a child, people who are like avid smokers. There's even people who are ex-meth addicts and stuff like that, whose teeth are just rotted out and they don't have another option. I think that those people should get veneers because it's medically necessary. I think Steve-O from Jackass.
For all the crowns I've had, they've always been mounted on my real teeth, which are the nubs. But a few years ago, the nubs started coming out. I've had 2 teeth pulled so far because I've got bone loss, and they tried to give me bone grafts where they hammer my face, and that's why I got all blown out multiple times. I'm sure I'm gonna end up with full dentures, and who cares? All this insecurity has done nothing but cause me pain and suffering my whole life.
Steve-O has a mouth full of veneers because he completely ruined his teeth doing drugs. So people like that, when it's like completely medically necessary, get it done. Boom, and there you have it, y'all. Boom. Should you get veneers? Are veneers worth it? Well, the truth is, medically, they're not. Money-wise, in the long run, they're not. You should invest in the health of your mouth first. Like this video if I gave you some value, if you enjoyed it, if this is something that you need to share with somebody who's considering veneers, or if you're considering veneers and you gain some value from this and you think they just need to see it, or shit, if you just want to help me out and help the channel grow, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate y'all. It's your boy, man, TJ Too Smooth, Trader One. I'm gonna see you in the next one.
2 tattoos.